G'day fellas, welcome to a casted game that is somewhat started a little bit without us, but that's okay. It's live right now. We're watching Doubt and we're going to be breaking down his build order, taking a look at everything that he does. And already from the beginning of the game, we can see that he has elected, instead of going down to gold as the Mongols, he's gone over to the tree line. So that should tell you one thing. And he's also started by creating an uvu or an ovu. I'm not sure exactly what the best pronunciation is for that. So for anybody unfamiliar with the uvu, it is a generation of stone, or a generator of stone, and it will enable Doubt throughout the game to get unique research, to be able to do batch training, all those sorts of cool things. But the condition is you have to build it within this ring of influence, this square of influence. We'll take a look and see exactly how his build order is going. Obviously just training up a whole bunch of villagers at the moment. He's going to be out on the map collecting up some sheep, doing a pretty decent job. You might be wondering, Drongo, what map are you guys playing on? It looks like we're playing on a mountain pass today. And Doubt's enemy, who's spawning down in the south of the map, is Jordan AoE, his teammate. And he's going to be playing on the Holy Roman Empire. Already we can see Jordan making a little bit of a mistake. The Holy Roman Empire prelate out here buffing up 3 villages when it could be down here buffing up. How many villages is that? 6. Or if you want to be real cheeky, you can bring your sheep up to this side right here. Put your lumber camp right there. Have your villagers chopping trees here. Have your villagers collecting food right here. And have your prelate standing right in the middle buffing all of them up. So that's the real big brain play to do it. But let's take a look back over at Doubt. We'll see how he's going to be handling things and what he's going to be starting off with, because we're going to be doing a build order breakdown for him. Now he's opened up with a Gur as well. So with this Gur, it's going to enable him to collect resources around the map. These guys can pack up just like any Gur you would expect to be able to pack up, or any Mongolian building is going to be able to do that. Now, we're going to just turn the fog of war off, because in this game, unfortunately, it's a little bit buggy at the moment. So you might look over here and wonder, Drongo, what's going on with that forest right there? Why does it look like that? I don't know. It's strange, little Johnny. It's strange. But nonetheless, it has been scouted by the Lord himself. But unfortunately, there's a bit of a bug going on at the moment. So it looks like players may potentially meet each other towards the middle. This individual sheep may link them up. But one of the things to note is that players are separated by this mountain range, and this mountain range is incredibly difficult to pass. There is, by the looks of it, 2 passes. That is it. 2 passes. So we've got a pass up here to the north, and then we've got a pass, if you could call it that, down to the south, and that is it. Now we're going to take a look at Lord Doubt and see exactly what he's up to. Going for the Silver Tree. The Silver Tree is a landmark which is going to enable Lord Doubt to... Sorry, for anybody on YouTube wondering, why is he referring to him as Lord Doubt? I should probably stop doing that while I'm casting and just go with Doubt. There's a bit of a meme that goes on in the Age of Empires 2 community, and that is that Doubt is treated somewhat as a deity, as a god figure, and as a result, it means that people call him Lord Doubt. But nonetheless, so he's going for this landmark, and this is an interesting landmark, and I to be honest, I love this play, and I already know what's going to come out from him, so this is why I'm incredibly excited to be watching this right now, watching the Lord himself as he plays the Mongols here, and breaking down this build order. So, this landmark, in my opinion, is the landmark that makes the Mongols the only S-tier trading civilization. Because trade in Age of Empires 4 is a very expensive game to get into. It costs a lot to invest in those initial traders. 75 wood, 75 gold. It's a lot, okay? And it's going to take a while before they start paying back. You think about it, right? If you've made your market here, they've got to walk all the way over to a market now. Unfortunately for Doubt, his landmark or his market is down here to the south of his base. So he's not going to be getting the best trips, because you can see that he's not really going to be going that far when he's walking there. But this landmark is going to be reducing the cost of those traders so that he's actually able to be making them at a much more affordable price. So it reduces the cost down from 75 down to 37. And in addition to that, this is where it gets crazy. He's got this next to his stone, his uvu. So you know what that means? He's going to be making double. He is making double traders right now. So he's making half price double traders. It is absolute insanity how crazy this build order is going to get. Doubt now hitting the second age, going to be dropping down an archery range straight away. And with that archery range, I'll be curious to see what route he goes, but it looks like he's going to be going the Mangadai route. And in addition to that, we now see those traders beginning to move across the map We'll go check on Jordan, see how Jordan is doing. Jordan, on the other hand, going to be going up with the Minework Palace down towards the south of his base and opening up with a couple of barracks. So here we begin to see the two build orders colliding, because I don't know about you guys, but I know what is coming for Jordan. He is going to be doing a bit of a Holy Roman Empire men-at-arms timing push, or at least that's what I think it's going to be. When I see this many barracks already produced, you take a look at his macro, looks pretty decent. It looks like he's probably going to be preparing for one of these, but you know what? There's a little bit of a counter in the works already, because Doubt with his Mangudai is going to be able to very effectively kite those units. So the Khan especially is just going to be able to run rings around him for days. You can see now Mangudai's moving down towards the south, over near the market. I'm going to be chasing down this scout, really putting it in the corner. These Mangudais do 7 damage each. Now, keep in mind, there's a lot of upgrades that you can get for these bad boys. So as an example, we've got a +1 range damage here. This is in the castle age. They've also got the elite upgrade as well, or the veteran and then the elite. They've also got the blacksmith upgrades as well. So there's going to be a way for them to get lots of damage, and the reason why I'm mentioning that is because we've got very high armor over on these men-at-arms, and it can be quite difficult for them to pierce through. But nonetheless, Doubt now doing his best to try and chase this scout away into the corner of the map. Have a look at how much these traders are bringing back for Doubt. 34 gold a piece now, and he's going to continue trading 2 at a time. As they say, the traders go 2 by 2, hurrah, hurrah. I think that's the song. Is that the song? I'm not too sure. But Doubt looking very good already. You can just see how much gold he's beginning to stack up in this early game. We'll take a look over at Jordan, see that he's beginning to move out now. So my suspicion is that he's not going to be able to put on a lot of pressure unless he really starts to get Rams out. But you guys want to know something even crazier in this matchup? Rams, they don't do a lot. You know why? He can pack up. He can just run away. So many times I've been playing against the Mongols, got my Rams out, and you know what they just say? They just type in the chat, "Later, nerd." And they run away with their entire base. They just literally pick up and run. And I'm like, what am I meant to do? They run faster than my cavalry. How am I meant to be able to catch that? So, look, it's one of those things where it's like, you definitely have to be thinking about your strategy in a matchup as much as you need to be thinking about your own civilization. Because if you do go for those Rams, it's going to be difficult. I'm curious to see how Jordan does adapt to this, though. And whether he looks to potentially go into Rams, or whether he just, you know, puts on a little bit of pressure, goes up to the castle age. We'll have to take a look. Doubt now going to be moving in towards the south of Jordan's base. Oh, excuse me, right there. And going to be looking to pick up any villages. Now, keep in mind, the Mangudai can move and shoot. They are the Raiders' enemies, or the ultimate Raider, I guess would be the way to say it. Going to be picking up a couple villages, or at least trying. He gets a nice little pull in there. Going to be going underneath the tower. Doubt now moving in. Going to be buffing it up there. I think we've got a movement or an attack speed enhancement right there. I didn't actually see any villagers drop down, so very good foresight by Jordan to be picking up that textiles upgrade. And towards the north of the map, we actually see Jordan going to be going in for a bit of a raid himself. I don't know if I'd call it a raid. It's 4 very slow men-at-arms just going to be slowly burning down this Uvu. But nonetheless, he's going to be able to put a lot of damage there. But now moving across and going to be potentially finding a kill right here on these villagers. Oh, that one just made it inside in time. Prelate's got to be careful. An expensive unit right there, Prelate. Prelate, you got to run away, but it looks like Jordan's going to be able to repel it at least somewhat. And now Doubt having a little bit of trouble right now because Mangudais, they're looking to defend, but as you guys will know, they've got pretty decent attack, but still it's really not much when you consider the fact that there's 3 armor that they're up against here. And this is something that Doubt can really just do all day. He can just run around in circles, and his enemy is not going to be able to catch him. Ideally, the best thing that Jordan can be doing is actually just standing in this trading line and just killing all these traders off. If we take a look at Doubt right now, he has got, how many traders in total? Let's take a look. 15 traders already. And one of the things to note is that with this civilization, the more traders that you've got, the more tiers you go up. So the Silk Road improvement is going to be increasing the income that you're going to be receiving. So as you can see with Doubt's traders, he's getting both wood and food in addition to that all-important gold. And take a look how much gold he's starting to stack up at this point. At this point, this is where it gets very out of hand. And this is part of the reason why, in my opinion, Mongols on maps that have got trade routes or neutral trading posts like this one, they're incredibly strong. Because if you leave them alone, even for 6-7 minutes, it's over. It is over. And at this point, I'm beginning to feel that way. You take a look at the score. Have a look at just how far ahead Doubt has gotten with this landmark. It is absolute insanity. And now from behind this, so all Doubt really needs to do is just drop down 4 or 5 archery ranges, and he can support this very, very easily. He's going to be able to get plenty of sheep from his pastures once he starts creating those as well. He's still gathering gold over on this gold vein, but one of the things you learn as a Mongol player is that you don't actually need to collect gold once you've got these things going. And I guess the crazy part for me as well, that I haven't really mentioned to you guys, this isn't even a good trade route. Like this is nothing. You ain't seen nothing. You know, if the market had spawned on the opposite side of the map, like let's say if the market had or the trading post had spawned up here, and you were trading that distance, these guys wouldn't be bringing 38 gold back. They would be bringing back like 160 gold, because it goes up exponentially depending on how far away it is. So it really just like it really gets out of hand. But obviously this is a lot safer for him. It's much easier to defend because it's a smaller line. Keep in mind the Mongols don't have access to walls, so it means that they're not going to be able to wall up these middle choke points and prevent raids coming through. They have to deal with them the hard way. But there are other things that you can do to buff up your trade line and defend it. So as an example, Mongols get access to a technology called YAM network. This is going to, well, technically it's not even a technology. It's just simply existent for any Mongol units that are under the presence of an outpost. So I don't think we can actually see it here. Maybe not until an outpost is built, so Doubt probably doesn't know about it. If you were to build an outpost, you could probably get away with 2 outposts here, maybe one right here and a second one right here. It will actually buff up the speed of all these units. So instead of traveling at 1 tile a second, they would be traveling at maybe like 1.2, 1.3 tiles a second, which obviously is going to be improving your rate of gold, because you're bringing back the same amount of gold, but you're bringing it back faster as well. Doubt now going to be going up to the 3rd age, going up with the Kurultai, which is pretty standard when you're doing this build order. So this build order here, or this landmark here, the Khan, when it's nearby, it's going to heal all damaged units that are nearby, and it's also going to provide a 25% damage bonus for 30 seconds. Now, I'm not sure exactly how that works. I don't know whether it's like when the Khan uses his special ability or exactly how that works, but nonetheless, it's an incredible buff, 25%. Kurultai going to be coming down. You can just see the outlines of it very, very slightly right here. You guys might not even be able to see it just because it's probably very low pixel density for you and drawing in. But Doubt also going to be dropping down this forward siege workshop. At the same time, Jordan did reach the 3rd age as well, going up with the Regnitz Cathedral. Also going to be dropping down a monastery here. Now, a little bit of I don't know if I'd call this a mistake, but with the town center, you can train prelates, which is your religious unit. So you don't actually need to make a monastery to be able to get those prelates out. And so if you're going to do a build order like this, you can actually get 2 or 3 prelates in the early game and then move them out onto the map and pick up these these relics and then bring them back and secure them in your Regnitz Cathedral just as you age up. It's very, very nice. Now Doubt going to be moving in with some more Magadai. Not a lot of Magadai here, if I'm honest with you. This needs to probably build up to, I'd like to see about 20 or 30, but already we can see this is the buff that when the Khan is nearby, the healing. Take a look at that. It doesn't even look like it is for out of combat units. I think it's just like always there. Wait, does it just provide this bonus constantly? How does this work? Traction Trebuchet now going to be coming out for Doubt as well. Going to be applying pressure. Doubt now eclipsing Jordan's score by more than double. And we really got to see an absolute amazing breakdown of Doubt's build order here. Did you guys hear that scream? Ah! Oh my lord. That was good. All right. Doubt going to be in a pretty decent spot here. I'm curious to see exactly how Jordan's going to be able to stop this. He's got a couple of knights out. Nothing else really at this stage. And it's going to be difficult for him because if we take a look at his resources that he's got right now, it's not like he's stacking up a whole bunch of resources. He's quite literally just got nothing in the bank. He's making all the units that he can. Second Traction Trebuchet going to be coming out now for Doubt as well. Going to be going straight down for that town center. Now keep in mind the town center in Age of Empires 4, Uvu is depleted. In Age of Empires 4, your capital town center, so that is your starting town center, has 7,000 health. 7,000 health. But any subsequent town center that you make is only going to have 2,400 health. So be aware that your starting town center is a lot stronger than your enemy's town center, or than your expansion town centers. Also, your starting town center has an automatic gun, pew, 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 pew. So it already has a, this one's got a bow attack here. But the expansion town centers that you can make, or the secondary town centers that you can make, they don't get arrows or guns until you can actually put villagers inside them. That's when they'll be able to do it. Third traction trebuchet now going to come out for Doubt. He's not even mucking around with mangonels. He doesn't even need them. He's got plenty of Magadai out right now. More than 1,000 gold stacked up in the bank. Plenty of stables and archery ranges back here. Going to be getting out some lancers of his own to try and deal with his enemy. Plenty of lancers sitting down here for Jordan. And now going to be dropping down a stable. It looks like an additional stable. He's already got one that's sitting there. And a bit of a difficult spot because Doubt's going to be able to, well and truly, if we take a look at line of sight, he can spot out what is happening. He's going to be able to siege this down. He's going to see these coming well and truly before his enemy does. We actually see Jordan only getting the melee armor instead of the ranged armor, which is what he should have been getting. Doubt now going to be shooting off that buff, making sure that all of his units have got the defensive buff, so getting an extra bit of defense there. Doubt doing his best. Going to be able to completely clean this up. At least that's what it looks like. We see that Jordan's cavalry is trying to overrun Doubt. Doubt actually moving back and deciding, hey, you know what? I don't even need to fight you. I can just run back to my Cruelty, begin healing up. A couple Lancers now going to be coming out, getting in on the action. We see that Jordan is going to be focusing down these trebuchets, but at what cost? Because he's now going to be losing the majority of his army for doing that. Now the town center is going to be going down with this next shot, despite villagers are healing it. There's the first shot. Here's the second one. There, oh my lord, it manages to survive ever so slightly. You can't even see how much HP it's got on that bar. It's that damn low. Those trebuchets, you hear them rolling in the background, firing off, and I think he's actually got it down perfectly. 6 villagers, it seems to be enough to outmatch 2 trebuchets. Maybe taking out that third trebuchet really did it. The large boulders continue to flood in. Doubt still looking pretty good as he manages to break even over on this town center. Does he manage to get it down here? Still not getting it down. It's ever so slightly. This is impressive. This is really impressive stuff that Jordan has managed to work this one out already. Having 6 villagers right on the minimum is all that he needed. So it must be 3 villagers can sustain fire from a trebuchet, at least on a town center. I'm not sure how it works for other buildings. Doubt now moving up with a raid over here to the north of the base. Got another traction trebuchet out as well for Doubt. Going to be looking to potentially connect on this outpost over towards the north of the base as well. And Doubt looking in a very commanding position at this point in time. And now Jordan going to be pushing out once again. More of his buildings getting sieged down, and Doubt really just outmassing him completely at this point. I feel like it's only a matter of time until Jordan just calls good game. Because I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, there it is. Doubt has just called, or rather Jordan has just called GG. Doubt becomes the victor. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to leave a like. Right, if you think I missed something, make sure you leave a comment. And most importantly, Twitch, why aren't you guys saying hi to YouTube? This is twice now. This is twice. We'll take a quick look at the stats. We'll see exactly what happened. I want to have a look at economics. Look how far Doubt is ahead. This is just absolutely ludicrous. He's so far ahead. This is massive. All right, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for joining us. Bye-bye.